There are record-breaking things that happened this July 4th weekend, but not necessarily in the good way all around. It looks like nobody showed up to Walt Disney World Resort. And when I say nobody, I'm being a little hyperbolic, but let's bring the receipts so you know exactly what we're talking about here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me is not just VashSky, but also a new author over at That Park Place, Marvin, the movie monster. Welcome aboard.
Hello.
Coffee's in the
Thank you very much. It's the one perk I get.
We're going to go straight into your article here. Walt Disney World deserted for 4th of July celebrations. As
Shocking.
I said. Yep.
This is shocking to me.
It's an amazing thing to think about. Everybody has time off, and what do they want to do with their time? Well, I would have said, let's all go to Disney a few years ago. And now, or if somebody said there's no one in the parks, you don't want to tell people that there's no one in the parks because that's the best time to go to a Walt Disney World park. This one, let's start in, even though it's your words, I'm going to read them
That's fine. I enjoy hearing other people read my words. By the way, before we get started, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Lorena Creole, YouTuber extraordinaire and frequent That Park Place contributor, for not only providing the live stream that let us know about this, but also sitting down with me for this article and providing me with some quotes and things like that. So big thank you to Lorena on that one.
That's
and
awesome.
A lot of the images in this of the parks themselves are pulled directly from her live stream.
Well, we'll be sure to put a link to her channel in the description. She's awesome, and I call her the Queen of Florida for a good reason. For decades, Walt Disney World has been a premier location for Americans from all 50 states to celebrate the nation's founding on 4th of July. It's known to Disney veterans as one of the busiest days of the year, with shoulder-to-shoulder traffic crowding the entirety of Main Street, USA. You are painterly with your words, sir. But the times, they are a-changin', as the saying goes. How dare you make me say that? In years past, the Magic Kingdom and Epcot were hotspots of patriotic celebration, with both parks often hitting maximum occupancy and wait times for even mid-tier attractions hitting 3, sometimes even 4 hours. I think that the fact that these are stated in minutes on the signs really helps out the parks. When you see 180 minutes, you're not necessarily seeing 3 hours. And when you see 240 minutes, well, maybe at that point you're thinking 3 hours. Maybe you're thinking 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is, of course.
Pardon my run-on sentences there, folks. I have a tendency to put a lot of words in when I'm speaking and when I'm writing. So.
Right. Well, we all, great minds think clausally. The parks would be decked out in red, white, and blue, a true picture of American patriotism that would have made company founder Walt Disney swell with pride. Vash, do you have the quote? Do you have the beautiful quote from Disneyland on opening day, which goes a lot harder into the basedness than most people anticipate?
Let me get it.
The 360-degree fireworks spectacular was an attraction in and of itself, filling the sky with celebratory explosions in excess of 13 minutes. This is one of my favorite facts about the Walt Disney Company. If I can gush for just a moment, that they are, if not one of the biggest users of explosives in the world, definitely fireworks, maybe explosives all around, that the Walt Disney Company is the biggest buyer of explosives in the world. Vash, do you have that drop?
I sure do. Right here from Disneyland opening day on July 17th, 1955. You can see right there. Look at Walt Disney. Look at Walt Disney right there in front of some amazing July 4th bunting right there. It says right here, Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it'll be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. The Disney parks really, from their genesis of Disneyland in Anaheim, are really a dedication to America and Americana, or at least they should be anyway.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Vash. I thought you were going to do the audio drop here.
And the hard facts.
The hard facts.
There it is. I love it. The hard facts. But as you know, there's a twist. But 4th of July 2024 was a far different experience. The parks were downright empty, seeing less of a surge and more of a sprinkle of humanity meandering down a sparsely decorated Main Street for a fireworks show that was just a little over 7 minutes in length. Wait, burying the lead here. They lowered the length of the fireworks show.
That was what Lorena told me. Yeah, that information comes directly from Lorena. She went on the 3rd, and she said that it started late, and she said it was done in 7 minutes.
Yep.
That is disappointing. That is a disappointing culmination of a celebration of our nation. Same-day park reservations were available for all 4 parks, something utterly unheard of in recent years, and wait times for attractions all across Walt Disney World were actually lower than a typical summer non-holiday from years past. Yikes. What are we looking at, Marvin?
This wasn't even like a busy summer day. It was like 5 minutes for Kilimanjaro safaris at 3:00 on a day in July.
That is, I mean, to me, this is the essential attraction. I get it that Pandora is fantastic. I get it, but the reason that this park exists is for Kilimanjaro safaris.
Yeah. A walk on. Because 5 minutes, folks, doesn't mean it takes you 5 minutes to walk through the queue. That's what 5 minutes means.
Yes, I recorded some times as well from around this time period of about 3:00 in Florida time anyway. I was seeing stuff like 45 minutes for Space Mountain in the Magic Kingdom, which is just unheard of for 4th of July holiday. Also to Little Mermaid's Aerial Undersea Adventure, 30 minutes, 50 to 60 minutes for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which was pretty crazy because as I was taking these photos, it actually dropped from 60 to 50. So what you're seeing right there on screen is not necessarily a reflection of what it was eventually. 50 minutes for stuff like Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is 70 minutes on a normal day.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. 40 minutes for Jungle Cruise, 30 minutes for Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, that's an interesting one because I believe Lorena actually recorded that as a lower time even than that. So that was significant. 45 minutes for Big Thunder, and I think 35 minutes for Haunted Mansion. This was very atypical for Magic Kingdom attendance on such a ginormous holiday, or at least it has been in years past.
I did only one time have I been there on the 4th of July, and it was the only time because I said never again because it was such a miserable experience because it was so crowded. I mean, I remember I have a picture somewhere of the area by It's a Small World, and it's literally shoulder to shoulder people moving as like a sea of humanity down that lane, and this is nothing like that. I mean, nothing, not even a fraction of it.
Now, I've got a picture that I haven't asked for permission, but I'm sure it's fine. Good friend of the channel, Jay, otherwise known as Drunk 3PO. Go check out Park Hoppin', and they do great coverage over there. This is Universal at similar times here. This is the evening, obviously waiting for the fireworks show. This actually looks like City Walk.
That is City Walk, yeah.
That is packed right there.
Outside Cowfish, the worst restaurant in Orlando. It's so bad.
I'm not gonna agree with you there. I have no interest whatsoever in going.
I took my friend there once, and we ate there, and we were like, oh my! I was like, this is just awful. Like I didn't eat it. They were like, oh, do you want me to take that away from you? I'm like, yeah. Do you want me to wrap it up? No, please. I never want to see it again. Like
the light crowds weren't just limited to Walt Disney World or even Magic Kingdom. They actually extended on the West Coast as well. So I don't know what is going on, if this is a Disney Parks problem specifically. I'm not sure. Before we leave Walt Disney World, however, I want to just bring this up here. We're talking about 4th of July decor and celebrations. Well, Blog Mickey actually had Magic Kingdom scales back patriotic decor park hours for 4th of July. Actually says right here, typically bunting is installed along the full length of Main Street USA. This year, only installed in Town Square. Not groundbreaking by any means, but when details matter, details should matter. And I happen to agree with Blog Mickey in that instance. On MiceChat's update today, they released some photos from the 4th of July holiday weekend. These were taken on Friday. You can see New Orleans Square. That should be packed. There is almost nobody there. I believe they have a panning shot over to Big Thunder from the Mark Twain here, 20 minutes, which is very atypical, very unheard of. And I believe Blog Mickey, actually taking it back to the East Coast, had this great tweet right here. How light are crowds at Walt Disney World right now? This was July 6th. All 3 1 p.m. virtual queue drops are still open. And I think this was taken at 2 o'clock.
That doesn't happen on a normal day at the park.
No.
I'll also point out in our defense, there were people who literally called us liars in the comments of our video saying that they were scaling down 4th of July decorations. So there are other outlets that are covering the fact that Disney is not going, it's not doing as much for July 4th. Or in previous years, they've left up, other celebrations that happen to be going perhaps in June or perhaps annual celebrations, because Disney likes an anniversary. Disney has a big anniversary every year. And if they can't come up with one, they will make one up. So
yes, and MiceChat had a whole, in their Monday article that they always release, they had a whole section about the lack of July 4th decor on Main Street. So Yes, you're exactly right, Jonas. Multiple outlets are now reporting on this from both coasts, interestingly enough. I thought it was only limited to Disneyland, but I guess they did scale back considerably at Walt Disney World as well. Like you said, Marvin, Lorena did report that about 7 minutes for that fireworks presentation, which should have been probably about double the length and on multiple nights, which
13 to 15 minutes, you'd think. Yeah, I mean, they did it on the 3rd and the 4th, but yeah, it was just 7 minutes. Apparently it was still 360 degrees though, which thankfully they haven't given that up completely. But yeah, I mean, like, cutting it in half, like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
The thing that I want to say here is I don't know what's going on at Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, but I think that the clear solution here is that they need to bring in Michael Bay and ask him how he would handle 4th of July, and then just go from there. Maybe scale it back just like a couple of degrees, and that's the level of 4th of July that I want at Walt Disney World Resort. Obviously, I'm very pro America at this point. I'm very pro liberty. I'm very proud of this country that has liberty and justice for all, full equality under the law here. So maybe I'm partial, and maybe I look back at those Transformers movies and think perhaps we judged you too harshly here. What would you guys do to fix this situation, or is this just we need to give up on this?
I think that they should bring in one of my neighbors, because at 1 a.m. on the 4th of July, he did a longer fireworks show in his front yard apparently while I was trying to sleep than Disney did. So talk to that guy.
Disney is attempting to mitigate the situation. That's why they are flexing the price elasticity, at least at Disneyland, by offering that summer ticket offer that we talk about. I just got my letter here saying, hey, become a magic key holder, right there from Disney there. So they're trying to get ahead of this.
Considering how that company treated annual pass holders over the last few years, it's amazing to watch the flip here as they're now desperate to get people back in the park. So they don't have situations like this.
I've been calling it for years, and we could definitely talk about that when we talk about another article that I wrote for that pod place, which actually just got posted. So maybe we could do another video on that in the near future.
Wonderful. We will. All right. With that being said, we want to throw this to our commenters here. What do you think about this entire situation? How would you fix it? And are you excited about Disney bringing in Michael Bay? I think we need to just accept that my idea was so good that Bob Iger will have to accept it. Maybe even bring in Jerry Bruckheimer. Have Hans Zimmer do the soundtrack. Michael Bay do the flag work, and let's see, maybe add in Vin Diesel doing the voiceover there for 4th of July. What a monstrosity I'm creating here. Like this video. If you like this video, be sure to comment on my awful idea and consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.